जय श्री श्री राधा गोकुलानंद की जय। श्री श्री सीताराम लक्ष्मण हनुमान गोविंद श्री प्रभुपाद की जय।
সিংহাসনে বসে আছে রাজা, রত্ন সিংহাসনে আরতি করে না ব্রহ্মা, আদি দেবগণে আরতি করে না, আদি দেবগণে আরতি করে না ব্রহ্মা, আদি দেবগণে আরতি করে Chamara dulaya, chamara dulaya, Sanjaya Mukunda Vasu, Kausadhigaya, Sanjaya Mukunda Sanjaya Mukunda Vasu, Kausadhigaya, Sanjaya Mukunda Vasu, Kausadhigaya, Shankha baje, Ganta baje, baje Kartala, Shankha baje, Ganta baje, baje Kartala, Madhura Mridanga baje, Paramarasala, Madhura Mridanga baje, Paramarasala, Madhura Mridanga baje, Paramarasala, Madhura Mridanga Paramarasala, Shankha baje, Ganta baje, Madhur Madhur Madhur baje, baje, Ganta baje, Madhur Madhur Madhur baje, Shankha baje, Ganta baje, Madhur Madhur Madhur baje, Shankha baje, Ganta baje, Madhur Madhur Madhur, Shankha baje, Ganta baje, Madhur Madhur Madhur baje, Shankha baje, Ganta baje, Madhur Madhur Madhur baje, Madhur Madhur দেশে বনমালা করে জলমালা লালা দেশে করে জলমালা লালা দেশে বনমালা করে জলমালা লালা দেশে করে জলমালা শিবা শুক নারদা প্রেমে গদ গাদা শিবা শুক নারদা প্রেমে গদ গাদা শিবা শুক নারদা প্রেমে গদ গাদা শিবা শুক নারদা প্রেমে গদ গাদা ভক্তিবেদান্তা থেকে করার সমাধা ভক্তিবেদান্তা থেকে করার সমাধা ভক্তিবেদান্তা থেকে করার সমাধা Shiva Krishna Hare Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama Rama Rama Hare Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama Rama Rama Hare Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna divine grace of Acharya Vrindam Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki Sanstapaka Acharya Srila Prabhupada ki Jai Vishnu Pad Paramahamsa Parivrajaka Acharya Stotra Sata Shishi Shrimat, His Divine Grace Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj Prabhupada ki Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur ki Prem se kaho Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasati Gaura Bhakta Vrinda ki Jai Shri Shri Radha Krishna Gop Gopinath Shamakun Radhakun Giri Govardhan ki Shri Vrindavan Dham ki Shri Navadip Mayapur Jagannathpuri Dham ki Jai Shri Ganga Maya ki Yamuna Devi ki Bhakti Devi ki Shri Tulsi Maharani ki Shri Harinam Sankirtan ki Samaveda Gaura Bhakta Vrinda ki Janitai Gaura Premanande Hari Hari Bol. All glories to the assembled devotees, Hare Krishna. All glories to the assembled devotees, Hare Krishna. All glories to the assembled devotees, Hare Krishna. All glories to Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga. All glories to Srila Prabhupada.
Namaste. Close now. That's alright. Let me just get my laptop. One sec. Lift off. Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Givaradari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Givaradari Yashoda Nandana Prajajana Ranjana Yamunatiro Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Kunja Bihari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Givaladari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Givaladari Yashoda Nandana Bhajana Ranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Kunja Bihari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Givaladari Yashoda Nandana Bhajana Ranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Hare Rama Rama Rama Hare Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Hare Rama Rama Rama Hare Hare Shri Shri Radha Gokulananda Ki Sitaram Lakshman Hanuman Ki Gaur Nitai Ki Srila Prabhupada Ki So we are reading from chapter 3, verse 22 of the Bhagavad Gita. And let me just find my page. Gone too far now. Found it. Right. Verse 22, yeah. Right. Name palta sati kartavanam Treshu lokshu kinchana Nana vapaptam avapavayam Varta eva cha karmani Name paltasti karvatavam Trishu lokeshu kinchana Nana avapatam avapadvayam Varta eva karmani Name patasti karvavam Dveshu lokesha kinchana Nana vaptam avaptayam Varta eva chakarmani. Na, not. Me, mine. Bhata, O son of Pritha. Asti, there is. Kartavayam, prescribed duty. Trishu, in the three. Lokeshu, planetary systems. Kinchana, any. Na, nothing. Anavapadam, wanted. Avabdavayam, to be gained. Varta, I am engaged. Eva, certainly. Cha, also. Karmani, in prescribed duty. So, translation in purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Srila Prabhupada Ki. O son of Pritha, there is no work prescribed for me within all the three planetary systems, nor am I in want of anything, nor have I a need to obtain anything, yet I am engaged in the prescribed duties. The Supreme Personality of Godhead is described in the Vedic literatures as follows. Tam Ishvaram Nam Paramam Maheshwaram Tam Devatmanam Param Cha Devitam Patim Patitam Paramam Parastad Vidamav Devam Bhuvanisham Idyam Na Tasya Karyam Karanayam Na Vidyate Na Tat Samas Kabiyadika Cha Dishyate Parasya Saktir Vividireva Suryate Svabhaviki Jnana Bala Kriyacha. The Supreme Lord is the controller of all the controllers, and He is the greatest of all diverse planetary system leaders. Everyone is under His control. All entities are delegated with particular power. Only by the Supreme Lord they are not supreme themselves. He is also worshipable by all demigods and is the supreme director of all directors. Therefore, He is transcendental to all kinds of material leaders and controllers and is worshipable by all. There is no one greater than Him, and He is the supreme cause of all causes. He does not possess a bodily form like that of an ordinary living entity. There is no difference between His body and His soul. He is absolute. All His senses are transcendental. Any one of His senses can perform the action of any other sense. Therefore, no one is greater than Him or equal to Him. His potencies are multifarious, and thus His deeds are automatically performed as a natural sequence. Since everything is full of opulence in the personality of Godhead and is existing in full truth, there is no duty for the Supreme Personality Godhead to perform. One must receive the results of work, has some designated duty. But one who has nothing to achieve within the three planetary systems certainly has no duty. And yet Lord Krishna is engaged on the battlefield of Kurukshetra as the leader of the Kshatriyas, because the Kshatriyas are duty bound to give protection to the distressed. Although He is above all the regulations of the revealed scriptures, He does not do anything that violates the revealed scriptures. Right. Omegyantimidandasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshurum Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadhamayam Dadati Svapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalan Shri Guru Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghutam Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaidam Savarudam Parijana Sahitam Swarupamadikam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Pada Saragana Lalita Shri Vishakam Vitamscha He Krishna Karana Sindhu Dina Bandho Jagatpate Kopesha Kopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostate Dabda Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vishabhanu Sutadevi Pranamami Hari Priya Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Chakripa Sindhu Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadara Shivasari Gaura Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Hare Rama Rama Rama Hare Hare. Srila Prabhupada ki. Hare Krishna. I would like to first ask for the blessings of all the Vaishnavas watching in the temple room, and also the Vaishnavas watching online. And I want to take this opportunity to thank the seniors for allowing me to have this opportunity. And I pray I can say something which is relevant and substantial. So, let's begin. So, I will just read the translation again. So, 22, let's go back one page. O son of Pritha, there is no work prescribed for me within all the three planetary systems, nor am I in want of anything, nor have I need to obtain anything, and yet I am engaged in prescribed duties. So the first thing that kind of occurred to me when I was looking at this translation and purport, Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He doesn't need to work. Like, he really doesn't need to work, but he does. And yeah, it got me thinking, like, the Supreme Lord, he doesn't need anything at all. I mean, he's Ishvara, he's the controller. He's Rishikesha, the control of the senses. You know, in Bhagavad Gita 8.9, it says, Kavim Pulanam Anushishtaram Anol Anyena Yam Sam Anushmaredya Salvasya Litaram Achintya Rupam Aditya Varnam Tamsa Parashastata. One should meditate upon the Supreme Person, the Supreme Person as the one who knows everything, as he who is the oldest, who is the controller, who is the smaller than the smallest, who is the maintainer of everything, who is beyond all material conception, who is inconceivable, and who is always a person. He is luminous like the sun and is transcendental, beyond this material nature. So here we established that the Supreme is everything and is beyond anything material. So Krishna doesn't need to be involved in materially with us, but it's Krishna's duty. So just like like a father and mother who cares about their child, like they must do their duty and look after the child. And I was thinking, so like if there's a teenager, and when teenagers are teenagers, they do many things, like they have many abominable acts. Sometimes they want to just go against what their parents are saying, but at the same time, the parents still love their child regardless. They still try and look after their child, and they forgive their child, and they just continue. So in the same way, Krishna wants us, his parts and parcels, to return back to him, even after we became so envious of him. Even after we forget him so much, we sometimes go through struggles in life, and we say, and Krishna helps us. We pray to Krishna, and then Krishna helps us, and we say to Krishna, "We will never forget you." And then what do the next day? We forget Krishna. It's so quick. This process of forgetting Krishna. In times of need, we're all for it. So so yeah, Krishna carries on helping us. He knows that when our minds are misguided, he really knows. So yeah, moving on slightly, Krishna comes to us, as his duty is for like duty of parents. In the same way, Krishna's duty to us is to be there for us. So that's kind of mercy. So Krishna comes to this material world for 3 reasons. So these 3 reasons are to annihilate miscreants or demons, protect the devotees, and re-establish religion. So these are all geared around protecting those who always remember Krishna, so his devotees in that way. And then anyone who's kind of causing a disturbance in society, it could be like an atheist or Mayavadi, something along those lines. Then Krishna kind of starts to take action upon them. And lastly, to make religion prominent. So I guess it kind of naturally, religion starts to become prominent when there's less atheists, I guess, or Mayavadis. So yeah, we have many examples of this. One of the main examples is His Grace Srila Prabhupada. So Srila Prabhupada, I think he was sent by Krishna as a representative to make religion prominent in the West. So Prabhupada, he didn't just make religion prominent, but he also defeated many Mayavadis and atheists along the way. Sometimes as the movement was getting bigger, you would get loads of people coming in and challenging Srila Prabhupada. So he would have these battles, and there's even cases of I remember I was watching Following Prabhupada or Prabhupada Memories, and Srila Prabhupada, one of his disciples was saying that they used to have these kind of debates where one would take the position of an atheist and the other would or Mayavadi, and the other one would take a position of obviously a devotee. And even when Srila Prabhupada took the position of a Mayavadi, he would win. So this is how expert Srila Prabhupada was. But anyway, getting back to the point, another Prabhupada memory that I recalled was I can't remember who it was, but I did search and I just couldn't find it. There's just so many on there, so I couldn't find it. But the story is that obviously Srila Prabhupada was in the spiritual world with Krishna, and Prabhupada, Krishna asked Srila Prabhupada if he could descend to the material world to propagate this movement, in one way or another. And Srila Prabhupada was kind of hesitant because he obviously didn't want to leave Krishna. But at the same time, Krishna said, I'll be there with you for the whole way, so you don't need to worry. So then Srila Prabhupada, he just wanted to serve Krishna, so he said, okay, I'll do it. So yeah, here we see Krishna sends his representatives on his behalf. Prabhupada just kind of came and he followed Lord Chaitanya's instructions and propagated this movement. Lord Chaitanya is another one who ascended to spread the holy name. All we have to do is chant, and the rest will come. It's like in the Nalidya Purana. It says, Harinam, Harinama, Harinama, Eva Kevalam, Kalo Nasteva Katir, Anyate. In this age of Kali, there is no other means for self-realization than chanting the holy name. Chanting the holy name of the Lord Hari. So this is really powerful. I always used to hear, after some kirtans, someone like Janvi Harrison would say this, and I always used to say, this sounds really cool. I didn't know what it meant, but it sounded really cool. But then when I got to understand the meaning of it, it's such a simple definition, but it's really powerful. So not only is Krishna doing his duty for our benefit, but he also makes it easier for us to become a devotee of Krishna. He shows us how to be a devotee. Then he sends acharya after acharya. What more? I mean, what more can we ask for? He's given so much. He's written. Well, Srila Prabhupada has written so many books. He's translated for us to read and study. We have this whole movement of 108 temples plus. We have the holy name. So many means of doing devotional service. I mean, in other ages, it was a lot more difficult. You had to do sacrifice, you had to do this, you had that. All we have to do is chant the holy name. That's it, and then the rest comes. One thing I really wanted to say is if we don't take anything away from this class, one thing that should be taken away, I think, is that it was Krishna's duty to establish for us the established religion for us. He didn't need to, and out of his mercy, it's now our duty to grab that mercy. He's put it out there, so we just have to grab it. Just follow the process. So it's been there's 432,000 years left in Kali Yuga, and they say the golden age, Lord Chaitanya's golden age, is 10,000 years. We have 9,500 years left of this golden age. For only 500 years have passed. If we can't achieve prema, love of God or love of Krishna, in these 9,500 years, then Kali Yuga will go more and more downhill. And obviously the goal here is to love Krishna, and when we love Krishna, the location, the time, whatever condition will not matter. So this got me thinking, like we were speaking in Bhakti Shastri yesterday. We were doing this exercise where we took parts of Nectar of Devotion chapter 3. So what chapter 3 is like it's basically like loads of different pastimes taken out of Srimad Bhagavatam chapter 4. Yeah, chapter 4 of Nectar of Devotion. So we were basically, each person in our class was doing a summary of one pastime each, and I was given Srimad Bhagavatam Canto 6, chapter 17, verse 28. So this verse, the Sanskrit is Narayana para salve na katush jana pibayati svaga parvaga nalkeshav api tulyatada darshinga. Devotees solely engage in a devotional service of the Supreme Lord of Godhead, Narayana, never fear any condition of life. For them the heavenly planets, liberation and hellish planets are all the same. For such devotees are interested only in the service of the Lord. So just a thought I would kind of explain this a bit. So a summary of the chapter is, so what happened was King Chitraketu is floating around outer space, as you do, and he sees Lord Shiva embracing his wife Parvati, and Chitraketu naturally laughs out loud, and Parvati sees this and becomes angry and curses Chitraketu to be a demon in his next life. And Chitraketu, he doesn't really care, to be honest. He's just still joyful, happy, to serve Krishna. Because it doesn't really matter what the circumstances are for him. He just wants to serve, and that's it. So Parvati becomes shocked at this reaction by Chitraketu, who then just kind of leaves happily as he was like going along. So in this verse, Lord Shiva is describing the qualities of a Vaishnava to Parvati. And one main thing I kind of got out of this is it does not matter externally where one goes, because the liberation is not external necessarily. It's also, or it's mainly internal. It's like we say Vrindavan is not just a place, but it's somewhere we can go internally, and it's a mood. You know, if we adapt this Vrindavan mood, then it's very easy for us to always be serving Krishna. It sounds easy, but it's not. I think this verse is really nice. Like it clearly just says, like, you can be in the hellish planets, you can be in this material world, you can be in the heavenly planets, you can be floating out of space, but you know, out of all of this, it doesn't matter. As long as you're serving the Lord, you'll be happy. It's a very simple process, and this is why we chant. The more we chant, the more service that comes to us. And I guess chanting is a service in itself. So there's so much we can do in devotional service. So I'll just leave this on with something personal from my life, a bit of a story, just so I can kind of express the point of this verse. So I used to work in IT for 10 years in Covent Garden, so busy Covent Garden, and you know, my career path was kind of set out. It was going well. I kind of had all the material things I wanted. You know, I was materially happy. But you know, I decided not long ago that the work I was doing wouldn't really get me closer to Krishna, as I couldn't really keep up my sadhana. It wasn't where I wanted to be. I would be reading inconsistently. I mean, I'd be chanting 16 rounds, but you know, 15 of those rounds would probably be inattentive. So it doesn't really matter if you're chanting 32 rounds. You know, if most of those rounds are inattentive, then you're not getting the whole benefit. So I thought I needed training, you know, to set some benchmarks. Actually, my mentor, he actually said to me, when I said I'm going to come and stay here at the manor, he said, you need to set benchmarks for yourself for the rest of your life. You need to really push yourself. You need to chant more rounds than you've ever chanted before. You need to do as much service as you can. Just immerse yourself completely. And if you leave at some point, then you know you can see this is what I did. This is the benchmark that I set for myself. So anyway, so I joined the manor in January, and for me, one of the main reasons was also. You can't be a grihasta. Well, for me, I couldn't be a grihasta without this training, because if I can't maintain myself in Krishna consciousness on my own, then how do I expect myself to maintain a Krishna conscious family? It's just not possible until until I work it out for myself. So. I mean, some people are fine with sadhana, you know, like they adapt to it quite quickly. So like there'll be, I guess there'll be people who just automatically get the taste for Krishna consciousness, and they kind of fly through it, and their sadhana is fine, and that's fine as well. There's nothing wrong, but I think sometimes you just really need the training, and it's recommended. I believe in one of Shivram Swami's books, he recommends 5 years of brahmachari training. And I mean, 5 years in the whole of your life is really nothing. I mean, the whole point of Varnashram was to have maybe 25 years of brahmachari life. So yeah, we obviously aren't able to get 25 years of brahmachari life in this day and age. But you know, 5 years is a good place to start, I think. But yeah, it's difficult. We have so many duties. But you know, there's if there's a will, there's a way. You know, of Krishna. If you pray to Krishna, then sometimes Krishna will will help you in these ways. Well, Krishna will always help you in these ways. But yeah, so what I really wanted to just become stronger spiritually, and that's why I'm here. By no means am I an example to kind of recommend things, because I'm quite unqualified really. But my point here is that we must take action for our spiritual life. It doesn't matter about we have material duties, we have to tend to them, but ultimately we need to think what's best for our spiritual life, because at the end of this life, all these material things aren't going to be there, so we just have to focus. So yeah, Krishna does his duty for us, and we should do our duty for him. It's only fair. So yeah, thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki. Any reflections, comments, anything? Anyone at all? We have a special guest. Oh, thank you very much. So I had a comment saying it was a very nice class. I don't think so, but thank you so much. This is really bad for my pride. But yeah, thank you very much. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. I'm always nervous. It's only my third one. İşte